Have you ever seen a nigga like a little strange, but I hit it right? Niggas stretching, I just stretch my ears. Snort the powder and arrest my fears. Playing dirty like I'm billing beer. I'm a bad boy filled with Biggie spirit. Is this your king? He ain't marvelous. I got hella scars, see me shaking spears. I see you and think you so Apollo, and I'm like pan-seared. I'm so damn rare. Say your name shit. Put her hands there, put her head here. No more fanfare.
Hello y'all, I be the chillest guy, stepping off my throne to come and get applause. I be kicking, flipping hella bars like a black belt in hip hop or martial arts.
What up? What up? What's the word? Welcome, and welcome back. It is the Something Something Podcast. I'm your host that does the absolute fucking most, Mr. Alo Boot in the building, along with my co-host, Mr. Howie Stacks. What's up, Howie?
Shit, just chilling.
Every day is a new day here at the Something Something Podcast. Today, we have a special guest. It is a special episode 25 that is, where we have a special guest that is going to help enlighten not only our viewers, our somebodies, but also enlighten us here at the Something Something Studios to give us some more insight on what it is to create for yourself, think for yourself, and also live in a world today where social media runs everything. He is a entrepreneur of many facets, I could say. I'm pretty sure he's got tons of merch. He's got tons of things that he could sell you, and we'll be able to go through all of his, his social medias and look at a lot of his content. He's also a social media strategist, which we will get into what that actually means. He'll give you some more detail on that. A digital content creator, none other than Wealthy. Well, he's the host. I guess you're the host of the Wealthy Vibes show, right? Is that the name of the show technically?
Yeah,
the host,
president of the
host, owner,
the Wealthy Vibes University.
Yeah.
Yes, and I am also the CEO of Wealthy Vibes Marketing.
Okay.
And I'm the creator of all Wealthy Vibes everything.
Wealthy Vibes, Mr.
Every
Wealthy.
single piece of content, every single design, every single video edit is all me, and I sit and do everything. Sit there and I do it.
The jack of all trades, Mr. Tyler McGregory. Wealthy Vibes Ty. Everybody give it up.
Let's get it.
Welcome.
What's up, fams?
Welcome to the Something Something Podcast. Wealthy Vibes Ty. I feel like that's the way I can just call you. I can just kind of go into calling you by your content creator name, your handle. Because once you get to a certain point, that's what people just do, right? You know what I'm saying? Like they'll just go, like I'm Alo Boot to everybody. They know that. I mean, that's a nickname, but it also, is my name, and people say, Alo Boot, yeah, that's me, So I think it's good to get in the habit of calling you by your handle, because I think that's what helps drive, obviously, the content and drives, your message along to other people. They remember that for some reason.
Yes, sir.
But I know you as Tyler McGregory.
Fact.
I know I've known this guy for years. I mean, we've played. I guess I can go into some backstory a little bit, then I'll let you, have the floor. This dude since as long as I've known him, was always different. He always seemed to have a little bit of a different spark in him. Little backstory, his pops was one of the main reasons why you see these jerseys here on the wall. You see, my younger days, if it wasn't for his dad, organized football probably wouldn't have happened. He definitely helped push me to get to where I am today in regards to the sport that I love. But not only that, just kind of been a mentor for me and kind of helped drive me and give me a little bit of what he gave to his children in his home. And I appreciate that, and I hold that very near and dear to my heart. He's always been somebody that has always thought ahead. You noticed that early on when he was younger and in high school too as well. So it's definitely, it's great to see your growth. It's great to see you at this point now where you are elevating and taking yourself to another level and allowing yourself to be in a space where you do everything for you. You're not working for the man, so to speak. You're not putting in these crazy hours to get back minimal pay. It's all for you. Everything you do, everything you put out, you receive back tenfold. So it's great to see that. It's great to have you here. He lives in Miami, right? So I mean, to even have him here is even crazy. I called him at a time when he was visiting family. I'm like, yo, you gotta come to the Some podcast. We gotta talk. I've been wanting to connect with you, and I felt this was a perfect time, man. So thank you again. I wanted to make sure
that was smooth.
Yeah, no, hey, listen, I try to be, man. I'm working on it here, dog. You know what I'm saying? They are giving these nice cameras and microphones. I'm trying to put it together.
You are doing it.
I appreciate it, man. I want to get into a little bit about some of the, I guess, the topics or some of the things that you essentially are what you're good at and what it is that you've enjoyed to do and what you've basically created for yourself. You call yourself a social media strategist. Now that's a first for me, right? I have yet to hear that in that way. I'm not sure if anybody else is heard that or
I've heard it before.
You've heard it before? Yeah. It's a first for me, right? So because I mean, social media, in a sense, to a lot of people,
strategy involved.
It is,
more
right?
than you realize, most likely.
Which for me, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm just now noticing that. Like I'm just now noticing it.
I won't lie. It took me. I used social media for my own pleasure.
But do we put strategy behind our social media?
I think that we should, especially if we're trying.
Well, let's get into that. Ty, let's start. I want to start there real fast, and then we're gonna get into a little more history of yourself. What is a social media strategist? What do you essentially do in regards to that and digital content creation? Like, how do those things go hand in hand? I know it's a 2-part question, but give us a little bit more insight on what it is to be a social media strategist. What does that take?
Well, number one, everybody can become a social media strategist with my new Wealthy Vibes University app that I created myself and learned how to do it in 35 days. So it's a course on there that I did. And to move forward from there, I made a course. Okay, you all can make a course. You can make a course on how to make your own podcast. Okay. So let's just put this in perspective, because I'm only going to tell you guys exactly what I do and what you can do out there right now.
Okay.
To be a social media strategist.
I'm all ears.
All right, cool. So you all are trying to monetize your podcast. So I'm like, okay, cool. Well, let's see how I can monetize you all podcast. Let's see how I can get you all some money, right? So the first thing I'm going to say is, y'all got merch? You say, okay, cool. Second thing I'm going to ask is, how many people do you have? How many people can you reach today? How many people can you talk to today, every day? And I'm going to be like, all right. Now I'm going to be like, what type of content does this person need to see in order for them to buy your merch or buy what I'm going to create for you now is how to create your own podcast. Somebody probably wants to know how to do that. Mm-hmm. That's a way to do it.
A lot of people right now.
Right. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So, I would pull out a strategy for you to actually post day by day, month by month, week by week, whatever, to get you to your goals of monetizing your business. So now in perspective, I had an insurance agency that I worked with. This was my first company. Okay. And I made them over $1.5 million in annuities. That's what it's called, the actual thing we were selling. Right. Annuities. And literally I did that in 1 month of working with them.
Oh, wow.
This is my first client, like real client, bro. Yeah. Legit. So what goes into it, it's just really just figuring out how can I make this message, this brand, this business more money at the end of the day, and then put a strategy behind actually doing it. Now, the strategy that I go through, and you guys can take this right now and write it down, hopefully y'all do, is so it's awareness, and it's evaluation, and then there's conversion. So it's 3 things. Usually you can make a triangle like this and put 2 lines in the middle. The first box is awareness. The second box is evaluation. And the third box is conversion. And that's really the funnel of how you get a new person to buy something from you. Okay.
Anything, right? Anything, like essentially. Okay.
Anything. Yeah, anything. And I teach you all these things in my free app, Wealthy Vibes University, on iOS and Android. That will be released most likely next week. Thumbs up. I love that.
Hey, listen. Don't worry. The editing will take care of you, brother. I promise you.
They're gonna go crazy.
You all good.
So yeah. That's a content strategist. I don't know. I put some things into perspective. I put like a storytelling type thing, so I made sure it was.
That's super dope. I've always, you know, and I've been following you for a while. And I guess I don't want to say I've been a silent fan, so to speak, because, you know, I mean, I know you, so it could have easily just been like, hey man, I fuck with this, you know, as I happen to DM or whatever, and just be like, yo, I love this. I love what you're doing.
Right.
I think that what it is that you do, I think is, although it seems like it's obvious today, right, that you would need somebody of your caliber to be able to help other content creators grow, and get their product or get whatever it is, whatever service that they're providing out to the people. I think that it seems so it would seem commonplace, right? But I think personally for me, what it is that you do still seems new. I still think it still seems fresh. It's you know, definitely. Because you okay, so let's say what I
like
equate.
People are trying to still wrap their heads around it, even though like people, you know, it's, you know, there are people that do like
I think there's a group of people that just do, right, and
like
they've come up,
are starting to pay attention,
and they've come up, right. But now I think corporations have like kind of tried to foster what it is that you're trying to do in regards to the social media, or kind of putting yourself out there through the digital world, the digital stream. I think it's still relatively new to a lot of people that are still old fashioned, that use social media differently, right? And that don't understand it, that want to understand how to put themselves out there in a way where they can monetize what it is that they're trying to do, but don't know how to do it. I think that it's fresh and creative, for somebody to come along and say, listen, all your shit's good, but if you just did it this way, like just turn it around a little bit, it would freaking blow up. And although it seems so simple for us, right, and for yourself and for people that are a little bit educated, but to wrap your mind around trying to put out content in a certain way, I think it's difficult for people like myself, right? I'm going to use myself as an example, right? Sometimes I like to just post. I just want to post. I just want to put the content out there. I have my guy Naeem, who we did the Old Town Road video. Like, he's blowing up. Like, and I'm just like, how in the hell are you doing this? Like, the way you're doing it, right? Like, how he's like, bro, he called me one day. He said, Aaron, you have so much shit like that I know you can do that's in your head, and so much shit that we've even recorded. If we just put it out this way, or if you just did it this way, bro, I'm telling you, like, we shoot on this day, and then you post on this day, and you send it this way. And then like, he'll do like a mass like DM through like Instagram of like his video, and like have all his friends posted, and then make sure they tag him and little shit, right? Then I'm like, am I just too lazy? Do I not understand? Like, that is the way that you get people to see it. Why? I just want to post it and everybody fuck with it and share it out. Like, that doesn't seem to be the way that it's supposed to go. Well, it doesn't work that way. Let me just put it that way. So I say all that to say, what it is that you do is it goes hand in hand with the world today, because social media is being used for everything, right? Every business has a social media. Every business has some sort of Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, something, right? And they obviously
you might get dragged by Wendy's nowadays. Something
yeah,
stupid.
right. But it's like, with that, like, do you notice it to be, I guess, do you notice it to be a relatively new thing that people still don't seem to understand? Do you think businesses have a good understanding? Do they have people like you in these offices, like, you know, helping them grow and doing the shit? Because you're obviously doing it for yourself, right? You're not working for anybody, right? Like, doing this, you're doing everything for you. So do they have people like you in these buildings doing this type of shit?
Yes. People like Gary Vayner. You know who that is?
Gary
Vaynerchuk?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Frank Kern is one of the, you know, lead advertising guys out there. He's partnered with Grant Cardone. You guys know who that is? Yeah, they had
Grant Cardone.
Yeah, they had an agency together that they did in Miami. It was just launched before coronavirus. I mean, Billie Jean is marketing. I don't know if you guys know him. He has some people.
I see a lot of these people like on my Facebook.
Yeah.
Like sponsored Facebook ads.
Yeah, I've literally took all their courses.
Yeah.
Off
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So they're
legit.
like people you get inspiration from?
These are the people who have a lot of the knowledge that's been in the game for a while. So you gotta look. the smartest person is going to learn from everybody in the room. What does this guy know? How's he winning? How's he winning? How's he winning? How's he winning? And then, you know, you take all that information and you create your own. Most of the time,
the way you think, guy.
Yeah, you take the information, and most of the time, you're not supposed to manipulate the information that much because what they're doing is working. Do what freaking works.
Yeah.
This is the big thing. You know?
We try to reinvent the wheel a lot when it comes to shit. When it's like, look, you can be somebody that wants to do it your own way, and I've been the guy kind of been on that path. Or, dude, just I've trailblaze this for you to just walk down that way so you can have the success. It's okay. Like, it's okay to open doors for other people and let them walk down the same path that you walk down. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was so struck on doing it my way. It's like, I see the path, but I don't want to go that way. I want to do it my way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to reinvent the wheel a lot. You know what I'm saying? And you're saying that obviously they're setting it up so you don't have to do that.
A lot of the times, yeah. I mean, success definitely leaves clues. Psychology, the human mind, and what people's already figured out about us is most of the time still true. Especially the buying. In this essence, in this what we're talking about, the buying, you know, indicators of a person, you know, of their emotions and the brand colors, and this word gets a person to act right now, or like, you know, headline, sub headline, here, picture, how to, you know, stuff like that, storytelling. Like, these things are things that work to get a person to move a person to buy, you know, following up, email, through days, webinars, you know, getting people on the phone call, discovery call this time, close on the next call. It's all set up. Like, everything's all set up. That everybody already went through thousands of calls and thousands of things, millions, for them to know what the perfect model is. You just find what the perfect model is, and you apply that model to your life, to your business, to yourself, whatever it is that you're, you know, trying to duplicate in your life, or whatever you want, who you learn from, who you inspired from, right? They have the success. They have the formula. You just take that formula and apply it to your life. That makes sense.
Yeah,
it does.
No, it does. I mean, it comes a lot because, you know, I've sold cars so long. I'm used to kind of following. We have the 10 steps to the sale, so that was a really big thing for us. And anytime that they say, hey, listen, shortcuts lead to short paychecks, and if you try to skip a step, you will. Even if you sell the car, it's not going to be to the full maximum benefit. To if you were to follow it all the way through.
I actually worked with a guy who this is when I first learned video marketing. I took a course on video marketing and how to set up video ads that actually like structured up, right? Because everything is a structure. Everything is a journey, right? The yellow brick road or whatever. Okay. Yeah. But I did my first video marketing video for a company that's rebranded themselves now. Dude, the first ad we did 30 sales in the first month. I think we spent like $800. Made $30,000 off that campaign, bro. No. The first month. Yeah. Literally. So like, the only reason that worked is because I learned something, right? And I applied that information instantly and follow exactly what that person told me to do, and created this video that made me a lot of sales. That's how I monetized that skill right there. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I think at this point I'm kind of just drilling in like, hey, follow the yellow brick road, whatever you learn from at this point. Yeah. You know, but that's legit. It really is legit. It really is. Even like network marketers out there. I don't know. I don't want to keep nailing down on this right now. What I was
it's all good. We'll get into that. We'll get into it.
To be honest, I kind of want to hear more about like the background. Like he mentioned that you dropped out of school.
Yeah. Let's get into that. Let's get into life.
Because like the way you think and the way you talk, like I've heard these concepts in class, but they've never. Like you mentioned applying them. Like what you do is you take the concept and then apply it, right?
Yes.
You take the information and apply it. I feel like the hardest part about like learning is like people like you have all these things floating in your head, but you never just like, you know what I'm saying, put it to use.
Right. Okay.
So I'm kind of interested to see like more about your background because it's like you think like a scholar anyway. You know what I'm saying? Right. Without the label of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so, essentially. So yeah, let's get into a little bit of I guess, life growing up for you and kind of what led you to the point that you're at now. So I guess let's start, I don't want to say from the beginning, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, born and raised, was it Park Forest, essentially, born and raised? Or
Yeah, we'll say Park Forest.
I mean, like, we're from the same town, you know, I would assume so. So yeah, I'm born Park Forest, yeah. So born and raised in Park Forest. And you said you even on your even on the thing that you had sent me, you know, 2-parent household, right? So
Yes.
stable background, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Go a little bit into that.
Okay, I'll go into it, y'all. So yeah, 2-parent background, 2-parent household. At the time, I mean, majority of my high school experience, my parents weren't really together. They were just living in the same house.
Mm.
So I still had my parents though, so it was a solid place, living
Mm.
standard.
Mhm.
My life, as you probably know, you wake up, you go to school, you come home, do your homework, you go to practice. You come home from practice and you eat dinner and you go to sleep. That was my life
Mhm.
every day.
Mhm.
There was no go out to your friend's house or something like
Yeah.
Mm.
that. It was, you know, don't mess up.
Yeah.
You're playing football.
Yeah.
This is gonna get you here to college, and you have no way around it. So going to college, my first year
Where'd you go to school? For the people
was
who
in
don't know.
Illinois
Went
University.
to
Shout
yeah.
out to Leatherneck
yeah.
State Miami.
I remember when you first were going off to school. I remember how big of a deal that was. I remember, you know, seeing the colors. I think that I don't know. I didn't go to the trunk party, but I know you definitely had a nice
did.
little get. You had a nice
Oh, I
trunk
did,
party,
right.
and yeah, it was, you know, it was a big deal.
So did you let loose a little bit, or did you maintain that same routine? Like,
So my first year, right? Mind you, when I was in high school, my grades weren't that well. So my first year, I was ineligible to play football. I was ineligible to be on the team, but I did flag football and I worked out just a little bit, not that much. And I got a girlfriend the first day of school.
Oh,
when I
shit.
first got there. No, I swear to God, the first day.
Wow.
We were together.
Well, I got one right before I went to school, so I don't know who's worse or who's better. I mean, to be honest with you,
Okay.
just, you know, whatever. You know, I mean, she's my wife now. Hi, wife.
It'd be like that.
Yeah, it be, but sometimes it don't. So you
Yeah.
know, a lot of long roads. You know.
For sure. So that happened. And then I got into some more stuff that I pushed for from I broke through. That year was that. And then sophomore year I walked on easy, you know, got on the squad, and then I was a Leatherneck for real.
Yeah.
Got back into so that flow, actually my first year I did have 3.8 GPA. It's electric engineer or something like that.
oh wow.
And I built AutoCAD. I built parts on AutoCAD on the computer. So
Okay.
just like parts like bolts and stuff like that. Anywho, my sophomore year, I got into school. This was football time, right? I'm on D1 football squad.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
A lot of legends came through. You know, Western Illinois. You know, most notably. I played on the Super Bowl team for the New England Patriots.
oh, I know, dude. He actually came to
I
practice
don't
one
remember.
time. Yeah, he came to practice one time for sure.
We'll look it up. They'll look it up. We'll edit that in there because yeah, you know, yeah. He was real close with a lot of the coaches. He was real close with Coach Glover.
Okay, I know
If you
who
remember
Coach Glover is.
Yeah, if you remember
Yeah,
Coach
he's
Glover.
good
He was
peeps.
he was good friends with
Glover's
Coach
good
Glover.
peeps.
Yeah, Glover is the principal of Hillcrest.
Oh,
Right down the
yeah.
street.
Oh.
Yeah, he's good
like,
peeps.
he's a good
Yeah, he's
guy.
good peeps.
They'll look it up. That's what their job is. Keep talking. Go ahead. Keep going.
Yeah, thank you. So I'm at Leathernecks.
Yeah.
Okay. We're doing that whole thing. We're back to the schedule. Now it's even more, right?
Mhm.
So we up at 5 a.m. I walk across campus to go hit weights. I walk back home. Gotta get straight in the shower. Get out the shower, go to class. Class at 8 a.m. 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. You in class. 2 p.m. You go to team meetings. Team meetings. You go eat. From eat, you go to practice. From practice, you go home.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's about an hour. It's about 8 p.m. right now. 7 p.m. Then you go to study table for another hour, and you get home.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that
Yeah, so that
you
was
went
the
through the
vibe.
same.
Yeah,
which I did too. I mean, I went to D3, you went to D1, but it was still very similar in regards to the schedule, being up early morning practice before 8 a.m. class, and then 8 a.m. class, and then you have a middle practice at about 2, and then yeah. So
boom. So I mean, literally, I'm just living my life, bro. I'm going through the motions.
mm-hmm.
What am I doing here? So what happened? I ran into a dude named Ty Lopez, a sophomore year, and he showed me. He was the In My Garage ad. Did y'all see that ad? Y'all know who Ty Lopez is?
Mm-mm.
Actually, no.
He's like, I'm in my garage and it's a bunch of cars back here, some books, and this is how I got it. And he takes you through a social media marketing course that really wasn't much, but yeah, he made a bunch of money from that one ad. This is why I like doing video ads and advertising campaigns, because literally you just need one video to make millions of dollars to put stuff out there in the market space. But okay, we're gonna keep going. This is my story, right? My story. So I moved forward. I'm just this kid, like, going through the motions, and I needed something better in my life, bro. Cause these people gonna control. If I get the ball thrown to me, they gonna control what plays get thrown to me. You feel me?
Right.
And that's not. At that point, I'm going through an awakening phase spiritually and all this other type of stuff. So I broke free from a lot of the spiritual side of Ty and how you can create whatever you want with the words you want to use, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I ran into this dude, Ty Lopez. He told me about drop shipping. I started 5 drop shipping stores in probably 3 hours of time that I had after practice. Every night. I was studying, trying to figure it out, bro. Trying to figure out what biz was like.
Yeah. I was always curious about drop shipping. I mentioned to y'all once or twice about drop shipping before. Like, and some stuff. Like, I looked into it. Like, I was getting ready to put some money down into it for real. Like, I still see it's real big business.
For sure. I mean, it is. And still at this point, you can even start with 0 for drop shipping, to be honest. But
and that's where you make the website, but you have an outside supplier that the orders come through.
So you use like Amazon,
right? Okay, so gotcha. You literally, Shopify, bro. I was selling like baby clothes and drones. I actually sold a drone to the football team.
Oh wow.
Yeah, facts.
That's cool.
and then baby clothes. It's just like some merch, bathing suits, bro. I was just trying. I'm making it, bro. I gotta do something.
Yeah.
You feel me? I gotta do something. And I didn't want to go the illegal route.
Did you have opportunities to go the illegal route? Were they abundant?
I mean, absolutely. You're in a college town, bro.
Yeah.
It's an abundance of everything everywhere. You feel me?
Macomb, Illinois is.
But you're gonna move forward from there. Gotcha. You know what I'm saying? Move forward from there. Push forward. Then that happened, drop shipping, bro. And then I fell in love with marketing, internet marketing, and being able to literally put a piece of content in front of any person that you want in the world globally and have them take out their wallet and give you money, and they don't even know you. I came to the point I was just waking up with money in my account, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm in college, and I'm still doing all this whole football routine, D1 football athlete routine,
right?
To do what? To go work for the NFL, and then they, whatever they're gonna do right now. So, I realized where I wanted to be 5-10 years from now,
right?
And I wanted to put my own, I wanted to make sure that it was into me that I can go and create that for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And there was nobody else that can, that I needed to, leverage. I guess at the time I do leverage a lot now, but I didn't have to leverage anybody else or anybody's brand or anybody's money for me to get to where I had to go.
Yes. So
that was the epitome effect of my story, that I needed to be able to be a man myself, because nobody can do it for me. So from there, dude, my junior year, I dropped out, and I literally drove to Texas with 3 random white dudes with a business opportunity to a big event. And they were older white dudes, like in their 50s, 60s. Literally, I just took a chance. Yeah. I did not tell my parents or anybody, bro. I just upped and left from my apartment, bro. And I went to Dallas, bro. And this was the greatest 3-4 days, bro. I was sleeping in the hotel lobby, bro. I ain't had no, I still had money back from what I was doing, with the drop shipping and stuff like that. But like, I didn't know what I was doing, bro. I just went out there.
Yeah.
What was the event? What was the event based around? What was the?
It was ambient energy, bro. I was a energy deregulation person, and I was trying to. What I was attempting to do was use social media marketing to get customers for this ambient energy business for myself, and scale up from there, and literally just run it off from there. Moving forward from that time, that's when I left Macomb and ambient, and I took one more semester because my mom told me to, and I went to all my classes, but I didn't do any homework.
Yeah.
And I only did homework was for my marketing stuff, my business stuff, because I knew I was going to drop out. So I'm like, I'm going to prep myself as best as possible for when I leave here to be able to walk up to a business and say, hey, this is what I'm going to do. This, and this much. Pay me, not pay me. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to pay me, let's get this working. If not, I'm going to go to the next business and do the same thing. Because I knew I had something, a skill that I can monetize.
I mean, you did your homework for yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you said you were electrical engineering.
Yeah, and then I went to construction management. I was building houses, literally like this whole foundation up, site plans, electrical, HVAC, the whole 9 yards from on the computer.
Well, let's talk about that real quick. Before we move forward, let's get into.
I did that.
Let's get into you dropping out.
Okay.
How was that received? You said your mom wanted you to take another semester.
That couldn't be good. That couldn't be good. From
he knows. He knows what we want to
like, look, and I want to make sure I keep it, straight. But just knowing your family, knowing your mom, knowing your dad, knowing the background that you came from, that couldn't have been easy for you to do at all. Like at all. So what was the conversation like with Pops?
Did you hint at it, or did you just go all out?
When it came to figuring out, you know what I'm saying? Because, I just couldn't see you just being like, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna just drop out, okay? And what you're gonna do? What you're gonna get online? Like that was your plan? Like that's your plan? Like that was what you wanted to do? Like fuck that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's no way he just let you just do. So what was that like? Like what was that conversation like? Because I know all of us in this room have thought about saying, fuck this, I'm dropping out.
For sure.
And then having that thought right after that and saying like, damn, like they're going to be extremely disappointed if I drop out and I don't do shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I kind of have to do this for them. Like a lot of us, I think, went to school for our parents as opposed to ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Because we spent a lot of time fucking off and realizing like, we're not even going nowhere with this shit, probably more than likely, unless you were like a nurse, unless you were like, in the nursing program, or if you like, were like you said, an engineer or something along those lines. Like it was going to be, it was going to be rough sailing for you. You know what I'm saying? Like pick something that's going to be a job, and it's always going to be like, I got my fucking degrees in psychology. Everybody was telling me, what you gonna do with that?
Yeah,
I was like, I don't know, but I'm figuring it out. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And now I'm in $50,000 in debt. So hopefully Trump can let this shit ride. It's a little something going
Trump
on.
Trump 2020.
Hey, listen. Hey, we'll talk about that in a second too. But let us, and I do want your opinion on that. So let us get to what that conversation was like for you to drop out of school, and how was that received amongst your family?
Okay, well, first of all, everyone thought I was crazy. Legit crazy. Legit crazy. Actually, all of the people that I went to college with, went to high school with, were talking behind my back, called me crazy and stuff like that. So it definitely was a humbling experience, and an opener as if like, damn, y'all not here with me no more?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to use all the time that I did texting y'all, calling y'all, and push straight into my biz, which was another evolution into how my mind thought, and how I am able to keep pushing today still.
Yeah.
Is using that schedule that I had for football and throughout my life, and apply that same energy into what I wanted to create throughout my life. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Oh,
So my 24/7, that 24 hours in a day is literally all towards creating what I want to create. And I've minimized all the dopamine hits from my phone, from TV, from video game. I sold all that stuff. Clothes, I sold all my clothes for while I was only wearing I bought a bunch of the same style clothes, bro. Swear to God.
Yeah.
I wake up, put on these clothes, did my thing. And took those clothes away, put on a different set of clothes. But it was the same style.
Yeah.
I had a routine to create where I wanted to go. Because the energy you put in was obviously going to be the energy you get out of something.
Yeah.
So that was the mindset. But my parents knew how I worked. They knew what my actions were. Okay?
Yeah.
And they knew that
They didn't trust the plan, but they knew the process would be damn good if it came from you.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because anything that you put your hands on, they knew that you weren't gonna fail. In a sense.
Yeah, exactly. They know I'm gonna keep going. They know I'm gonna. They know who I am and my work ethic. That's the biggest thing. You feel me? So, that's what happened. I called my brother. He was like, "Oh, okay, cool."
I think if anybody, well, I know this personally because if anybody was probably gonna be okay with it, of course it's gonna be your brother because he always seemed kind of like he's the oldest, right?
Yeah,
so it's kind of
sure.
like he's always kind of been like a rebel in a sense.
Yeah,
like,
for
so
sure.
It's like hell yeah, do your own thing, bro.
For sure.
Yeah, so that makes sense that the support would come from him.
Exactly, and
Yeah.
he had major support.
Yeah.
Bro was a major support in creating what I want, as well as my sister and her boyfriend right now.
Yeah.
So, it's supportive as if bro, you can create whatever you want, and talking me out of the situations of the negative that was going on and really trying to focusing on the positive at the time. That was big. You feel me? That was big for the people who did show up and show out.
Yeah.
Super crazy. People still think that knew me from previously, but I'm like, bro, you gotta work so hard. I posted it on my social. I said, you gotta work so hard that people gotta re-meet you, bro. Re-understand you, re-figure out what's going on with you.
Especially if you've been away for a while and they haven't seen you and things like that. I got a lot of people that I ran into that's from Rich East that hadn't seen me in a while, and although they get glimpses of me on social media, when we actually see each other, my aura and my presence, I can feel that they can feel that. Like I can feel that they see that, oh, this is not Aaron of old. Let me reintroduce myself. My name is A-Lo.
My name is A-Lo. Hey, to
I say that because that is it's so strong and when you've spent so much time working on something to create for yourself and be somebody that's not, I don't want to say, hey man, you changed in a sense, but I'm a lot different than I was 10, 12 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And although I have a lot of those people be like, Aaron, you still the same. Like some people are like, man, you ain't even changed, bro. You still got the funny, but it's more defined now. It's more structured based than it was when I was just loosely going around cracking jokes on people. Now I can do it in a way where, I got fucking hundreds and hundreds of people watching. You know what I'm saying?
And also, dude, I looked up to you when I was at East, boy.
Yeah?
My freshman year.
Yeah,
For sure.
No
cap.
It's like, don't make me blush.
Yeah. And and I was at my freshman year at East, no cap.
No, I appreciate that. I mean, and I thought I was setting the model for people under me because I knew that I had a lot of people watching me.
For sure.
And not even just younger like kids or whatever, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I knew teachers and like people watching me. Like I had like Shank and like, all those guys, like when I see them now, like when I talk to them now, it's like, man, dude, it was always something about you that I knew that even though you hung out with certain people, I knew that you were different. And that, I guess that motivated me a lot more. And it still motivates me, honestly, to today, because I look at what some of my old friends are doing now. And I'm like, damn, had I got caught in that bullshit, you know what I'm saying? I could be where they're at, you know what I'm saying? Still, so I appreciate that. Thank you. That definitely helps drive me. That's been a big factor of what it is that I do is knowing that other people are watching, and that helps kind of, people say it's attention seeking, or, you always want the spotlight, but it's like, I know I have a spotlight. So it's like, at this point, what am I supposed to do inside the spotlight? Imagine going to a concert and the spotlight being on the person on the stage all the time and they just doing this.
Yeah.
And the spotlight is supposed to be on them, or if it is not supposed to be on them, it is on them by whatever default, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Shit. to the crowd. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give you what you are looking for. And shit, at this point now, you know what I'm saying? It's definitely propelled me to be a lot further. So, you know.
Yeah, you got to take the crown, bro. It's not given to you. You know what I mean? You got to go get what's yours. Yeah. And I'm really passionate about that. Yeah. You feel me?
So from not having the support from friends and family like you would have hoped, from people calling you, I guess, crazy, to saying fuck all that, I'm gonna do what I need to do for myself. You up and then you move to Miami. Literally, when did that happen? And then what has that? Because we're in that phase now, right? Essentially, right? Like how many? Well, I'm assuming a lot of things happen for you to adjust to Miami life.
And you know what? I have been living my life in phases. And, you know, in your phases, you know, when you're in a phase, you can't talk about your phase that you're in right now. Mm-hmm. But now you like, that's the phase you're talking about is actually the phase before. So actually, I can talk about it.
Cool. So let's get into I don't know if you were still, you know how you're in that mode. You know what I'm saying? Like now it's like, man, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to jinx it. I'm still working through it. Like people want to ask me like, what's going on now? It's like, I'm still working through it. Once I get past that hump, I'll let you know. Like, but you know, overall, like it's been good. So
for sure.
What was that phase like? I guess moving to Miami now. You're there. You know what you want to do. You have an idea of what it is, but you're essentially freelance everything, right? Were you couch surfing? Like what was it like? You know what I'm saying?
So actually, I was at my sister's crib, bro. I was at my sister's crib. My sister let me be there. First of all, I was in Chicago and I worked this job. I made my money for the summer, and literally after the summer hit and I made all the bread, I shot straight to Miami, bro. Okay. When I went to Miami, I wanted to get 5 clients. I had my plan set up 5 clients at $1,000. That'd be $5,000 a month. I take that money and I buy a place.
Okay.
That was my plan. The plan didn't work out like that, but I did have one client that paid me $2,000 a month, and they paid for everything else that I had to do out there, and also I got to travel often, and I learned a lot about business at this agency. So this was when I first moved out there, I did close a client and I made money, and I was at my sister's crib. I had my own room, had my own bathroom, and I went to the beach like I was living the life, dude. I had money, I had time. Well, no, I did not have time. So that's one thing that I didn't have, because I was using all my strategies and all my skills and all my time to create for this agency. So when you realize like, oh, this person, these people can just cut me off at any time, and then what am I left with?
Yes.
I'm left with it's just me. I have to go start from zero. I have to go find another agency. You know what I'm saying? I mean, find another business to work with or something, etc. So that was good. I mean, my life was actually pretty well when I first moved out there, because I did set out and do the things that I wanted to do. Moving forward from there, I moved out of my sis crib. I got me a spot, bro. I got me a spot in Davie, Florida. 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, lit. Okay. Yeah. Pool, you know what I'm saying? The whole 9 yards, bro. He was cooling at this time I had my own personal driver, but I was mentoring him and giving him skills on how he could do what I'm doing for himself. And he was also helping out the Wealthy Vibes movement with what I was creating, the agency, etc. Because this is all like steps to where I was today. Like this all steps, learning new skills. I'm continually learning since I don't got school no more. I kept on learning new skills so I can monetize and apply it in my life, apply it to my brand, apply it to my clients to make sure that they even good, even better, stuff like that. So every day I was learning. And he was learning now what I'm learning, and he kept moving on. He would help out. So I got that spot. I took the money and then I made that an Airbnb for some nights, right? So I got into the Airbnb game. So now I'm marketing now. I'm Airbnb. So I made that Airbnb. Use that money to buy the Airbnb across the hall. I mean, buy the place across the hall. Use that money, bought that place. So now I'm getting money from both places. So I'm paying my bills and I'm making some little profits off the side of this Airbnb. So I use the money from that spot, buy me a spot Midtown, nice, real nice spot, bro. It's amazing.
Yeah.
View type, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you
know, the water and everything.
Yeah, location.
Okay.
You know, this was the spot. So literally got a spot there, use that money. So then at this time, you know, I'm just making money, bro. I don't even have to do anything, bro. I'm waking up with money in my account still, like $300, $400, $500 every single day, bro. I was getting paid every single day. It was crazy. So Corona hit this time, so all my bookings just shut down as well, bro.
Yeah.
And then I closed them places down. I took the money that I took from that, though. I had hella bread, so I move on. At the time, I'm just creating wealthy vibes everything, bro. And I'm out there meeting. Another way that I got out once I stopped working with the agency, because you guys wanted to know how I got more clients after that, was I went to a bunch of networking events in Miami. I found them. I went in, I got into the communities, see who it was, who I can talk to. This person lead me to this person lead me to this person. And I literally made a name for myself through these communities. Wealthy Vibes, TY, Wealthy Vibes Ty. That's what people know me as. I'm going to these events. People like taking pictures with me, bro. People like, wow, your content inspired me. People hit me up from India talking about, oh, yo, your content inspired. So now I'm like, oh shoot, this is something different. I'm on another level here.
Yeah.
And then I was back and forth from Chicago during the coronavirus, because I'm like, well, if people about to die, I'd rather die with my family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but I was going back and forth because I still had business in Miami. And work with clients and things of that nature. And then fly back here for like Thanksgiving. I think the Corona started around like, I don't know. But I'm just back and forth. Came back for my mom's birthday. That's why I'm here this time. And then came back for my dad's birthday, which was in April. And I just been back and forth. And at this point, I'm getting clients for consulting. I took a course with Sam Ovens, and this took a scientific approach to my consulting, as far as having a hypothesis and going out to the market, testing your hypothesis, making sure your messaging is right, and all this different type of things. And then, so now I just do consulting, and I'm creating assets, and that's going to help my clients out a lot better in the long run, which is the Wealthy Vibes University app. Now I'm just really just doing consulting, building the Wealthy Vibes brand. Now I'm doing more brand stuff for me, and getting the merch out there, and making my time more effective, so I won't have to keep continually saying the same thing over and over again.
Right.
Yeah.
To these people, they can just go to this app, swipe, click, okay, this is this step, this is what I have to do. You know, I made it more scalable.
Yeah.
My business more scalable as far as the consulting thing.
Yeah.
And then yeah, bro, and now I'm here. You know what I'm saying? At this point, I'm about to release the app. I got my merch set up now. I got my course set up now, and I'm only taking clients like from my agency for video marketing. So I'm doing YouTube ads, particularly, and yeah, bro, that's it. Dude, I'm doing consulting and video ads right now.
So that's your game right now. So
that's
basically is where you're at.
That's why I'm niching down, focusing in on doing that.
I think we've got a good idea so far from you, Ty, that basically kind of it culminates, you know, your experience, and I think that a lot of other people are gonna share in that experience of where, you know, hey, look, I know what I want to do in life, but I got to take a risk in order for me to really accomplish my goals, because if I sit back and I try to wait around for things to happen for me,
They may never happen.
They may never happen.
Yeah, they may never
so
happen.
One of the things that you sent me was a pretty good quote, and I'll make sure I want to read it for everybody so they know. And you kind of touched on it before, where you basically said, growing up in the household that you grew up in, the expectation was for you to find a good job, and you put good in quotation marks. But not only that, you also said that you knew that life was more than about having kids, working 40 hours a week for 40 years, retiring off 40% of your salary, and then eventually dying, also known as the rat race. Can you speak a little bit to that and what that mindset is like in today's society, and how, is it good for some people? Maybe some people need it. Has it plagued us as a generation or as a society? Are we coming out of it? What do you see from that, the rat race now today, as opposed to, maybe when our parents were growing up and shit like that? What do you see from it today? And is it different? Is it different for us?
That's a good question. And a lot of you all out there who have the 9-to-5 jobs, that's watching, keep doing whatever pays the bills and gets you to where you want to go in your life, because I can't tell you what to do and what not to do and what risks you should take, because you know what you got to do at the end of the day. At the beginning of the day, you know what you got to do.
Yeah.
Regardless if it's to take that risk or not, you know what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. People know.
Yeah, you know. Now, as far as how it was before and now, my mom didn't think any outside of the 9-to-5. So she thought that, this is what I'm supposed to do. This is just the way my life is. I'm sorry, but this is just how it is. You had this conversation like 3 days ago.
Yeah, I have a conversation with my mom all the time.
Yeah.
Sure. We get into almost arguments about it a lot.
Yes, and that's the one thing, because you are literally doing this for years. You're in your ways. You have your life already done. Once you consistently do things for so long, it's very hard to break out of that. Even if you you want to even go work out. You know what I'm saying? From right now, you're every day, you want to go work out, but you know what I'm saying? You're like, oh, I'd rather just, at this time, usually I'm swiping on social media. So I'm more prone to go swipe on social media right now than get in the car and go work out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's a hard thing to break for you to just sit there and swipe on social media.
It takes a lot of willpower.
Get healthy and stuff like that or whatever. Okay. So that's one thing. What do I see different with kids now? I mean, a lot of the people in my age group, are working. Number one, they're scamming. A lot of people are scamming. And a lot of them do have money. Believe it or not, I think they do have a lot of money. Now, how they spend their money, spending is different than anything else.
Okay? I talk about that all the time. Like, I literally had an argument with my wife's family. It was a little argument where basically, we were explaining and talking about like blacks and money. And I said, black people got money. I said, we have money. Actually, we're not poor. We're not broke. We have a broke mindset.
We're marketed to look poor, but we're not.
We spend a whole lot more than what we've, because of the, and I can go on and talk about the historical reasons why we spend money or why we want to look a certain way in order for us to be presented to the world as if we have more than we do. Slavery, Jim Crow era. I could go on and on about why, but I basically explained that, look, we have over $1.3 trillion in spending power. It's how we're marketed to the strongest because our money's a lot more loose. You know what I'm saying? And we don't have financial literacy, which is where I come in when, we talk about what we do and you've talked about what you've done. My biggest thing has been financial literacy, which is why I've created my own financial literacy credit repair company, because I want to give that education to people that look like you and I, because we don't have any idea what to do with our money or how to create wealth for ourselves. Generational wealth has been my number one goal. You know what I'm saying? Like, moving forward.
Yes,
so
sir.
Talk about that aspect. Talk about, that just that mindset in our money and, what are we doing wrong? What is one of the number one things you say black people are doing wrong right now when it comes to spending money? And I specifically say black people because, we have the issue. I specifically say black people, but you can speak on anything, anybody, because there are probably a lot of more people that have issues with money too. Not just blacks, but I mean, we're targeted to in a lot of ways to make sure we spend ours and get ours out of our pockets first.
So yes, so I'm gonna touch on this as best as I can, and I'm just gonna speak from the spirit.
No, please.
On how I feel about
in any views, in any way, even if it's contractual.
So first of all, it's really your fault why you are where you are right now. Okay, 100%. Don't blame anybody else besides yourself. Okay. Now, everybody knows there's powers to be out there that's manipulating us to think and do certain things.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
there's no buts. That's really happening.
yeah.
No cap. Democratic, Republican, whichever route you go, if you are offended or have some type of emotion that stows up from even saying a word like Trump, and you're affected by it, then there's something wrong with you.
Yes, speak to him, please, boy. He's sounding more and more like. Listen,
somebody,
did
you hear that? Did you hear that? This is not scripted.
I'm not telling him to say this.
Can't make this
look,
up.
my somebodies have a good understanding of where I stand politically, which we will touch on in a hot second if we have time. So, but yeah, go ahead, continue.
Okay. Yes. Now, why I brung that up is because you have two different parties that's really fighting for different things with your soul. Okay. At the end of the day, they're the government. That means to control. So who are they controlling? United States of America. United States of America. You live here.
It's you.
I live here. So the rules that these Democratic Republicans are going to do, are based off of, what their agenda is. And they're going to do their agenda whether you like it or not. Mm-hmm. Okay? So back to what I was saying. It's your fault you're in the position you're in today. Okay? 100%. It's not. Don't even try and blame anybody else. Okay? Now, spending. We're going to talk about spending. I see so many people on social media just posting for likes. They buy clothes for likes and to be fly and to go get some vagina, that WAP Cardi B. Okay? Like your life right now is I go to work, I spend money on clothes to go have sex with women that I won't talk to or may have a baby with, and then I divorce them 4 years, 5 years later. And I'm stuck with this kid. I hate my life. I'm in child support. And this happens. Or you can be a person that, I go to work. I get the fly clothes. I buy what I want because I'm going to do what the fuck I want to do. That's what you're saying right now, right? Mm-hmm. It's my money. I work 9 to 5 from this. And I'm going to do whatever I want to do from 5 to whatever that's time it is. Because it's my money. I work for it. Hard for it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Okay.
The emotional connection.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. Rightfully so. Your money, you always give that person that advice. And then at the end, be like, hey, man, but I mean, it is your money. Do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how you give somebody advice and then you don't want to make it seem like you're controlling them or telling them what to do.
Yeah,
so you always throw that little tidbit. Yeah.
That's pretty much what I did.
That's what we do. Yeah. But that's what we all do. We all do that. Even though deep down we want to be like, yo, stocks, trust, 401k.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, boom. Okay. A lot of people keep their money in the bank account. It ain't doing nothing in the bank account. It's just sitting there. Okay. You can use that money to go do other things to grow that account, to grow their money. Now, here's another thing that I ran into. I came to a point where, bro, I'm just making money, right? In my sleep. I don't have to do anything. What the fudge am I doing now?
Mm-hmm.
What am I doing? I got all the money. I can fly wherever I want. I can go do whatever I want. Whenever, at any time. What's your purpose? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So then I evolved into like a purpose-driven thing of you're 24/7. There's 24 hours out of the day. It doesn't even matter about money. It's just a matter about what your purpose is, okay? Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm saying in the beginning. Like, it's your fault that you're in the place that you are in because it's off of what you want to do.
Especially today.
Yeah.
Especially today.
Like your like what you're saying with the subconscious, the things you train your mind to do, that's what they're going to follow, right?
And that's a whole nother kind of section we go into.
Yeah. Right. It all comes
full
circle.
Circle. We literally all have the same amount of hours in a day, right? Nobody is awarded more hours in a day than the other person. So when you talk about mindset and you talk about putting people in a position of where, hey, do you have an escape plan, whether it be from the drug life and then using the money that you have, or the escape plan from the mental lockdown that you're in when you're working a 9 to 5. So for me, I always talk about a 9 to 5 not actually being something that it is, although it's tangible. Like, well, I guess I don't know. It depends on how you look at time, right, or whatever, right? You can go and
Yes.
philosophy about how you look at time. But for me personally, I'd separate it two ways. 9 to 5 can actually be physically you go and do something for an allotted amount of time, 9 to 5, and then you get rewarded for that time that you spent, right? But I always look
It's
at
not enough.
But when I look at 9 to 5, I look at 9 to 5 as a mindset, because when you say 9 to 5 to a person, then that means that for these amount of hours, my brain's on, light. This is what's helping me survive. When 501 comes, then it's shut down.
Drunk.
I'm not putting
smoking.
nothing. I'm putting nothing toward my future or my life or my children after 5 o'clock, right? So when we talk about 9 to 5, I always refer to it as the mindset of the 9 to 5, because anybody that can work 8 hours a day and then come home and actually focus on, hey, they want to draw, right? So they come home and they draw a whole lot,
Which is therapeutic,
right? Number one, it gets your mind off of the bullshit you probably dealt with during a 9 to 5, and then also on top of that, it can be useful if you are looking to monetize your creations and your drawings, right? So you're working on yourself after you've already worked for, quote unquote, the man, or whatever the case may be. So I find it really insulting, and I'm gonna just be honest with you, I'm a lot more candid than you are. I think personally, and we need people to work, right? Like, companies need companies need people to work for them, right? If I create a company, I'm gonna need some people to be kind of 9 to 5.
Fact.
But I'm going to, if I ever have a company, I'm gonna have them. Listen, I'm gonna be very big. One thing that my last company was very big on was time management, and they talked a lot about family time, and because I worked from home, so they were really big on office days, staying home and working on the office for 4 to 5 hours, and then doing whatever you need. Hey, listen, if you need, my boss would always say, hey, listen, if you got to do something during the day, go do it. You got to go to your kid's ball game, just tell me. If you got to go to, do grocery shopping at 12, just say that, hey, listen, I'm gonna take this time to go do something with the kids or the wife or whatever during the day, as long as you're getting your work done. Like, they were real big on that. So if I ever had a company, I would make sure I instill in them that, hey, listen, time and family is more important. If you don't come here to be productive, and I'm just running you through the fucking ringer, you're not gonna be good for me.
Well, I mean,
so why would I want you to fucking bust your ass for 50 hours a week for $20, $25 an hour? I find it insulting that we even put a value marker on an hour. I will never work an hourly job ever again in my life. Go ahead. For a lot of reasons, but I've created my own company to where literally I can sit down in front of somebody, and I could talk to them for 30, 45 minutes, and I can make $300. Facts. Is there going to be a job out there that gives me $300 an hour?
No.
None that I can do right now, right? None that I can think of.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's something.
Maybe, but name them. What is it?
I don't know what it is.
Right, exactly. So
Floyd made 280 million in
an hour.
How many
right?
Whatever amount of
time he fought. So let's think about this. Is your time
versus money?
Is an hour of your life
effective
worth $20? Is an hour of your life worth $45? Is an hour of your life worth $50? If you say yes to any of those,
I mean, that's
by all means.
That's some people's purpose. You know what I mean? Not everyone has like
we've associated time way too much. Our value and time have been interlocked. I can go work an hourly job and actually give you more production within an hour that's worth way more than $20.
Yeah, but they don't look at it like that. And I think that's what it goes hand in hand with the 9 to 5.
They do look at it like that. They know that. That's why you're not paid. That's why you're paid. Not middle management. You're not paid on productivity. You are paid on an hourly basis. You're set. So that means if I worked really, really hard for this hour and I was sweating and I'm still gonna make $20. If I chilled and went to sleep in the back, I'm still gonna make $20.
Yeah, there's no incentive.
So why would you mentally as a person put yourself in a position where you say, hey, I'm going to go work for the person doing what I could do for myself and making a whole lot more money, and I'm gonna put a cap on that.
You want to know something? A lot of those people, they don't have an option anymore now that they've like exhausted their time and resources to actually take in front of them. Now they're forced to do this because they have kids now. They have the responsibilities of the bills that they have now that they've I don't know the word I'm looking for, but I'm like accumulated, yeah, right? That they've accumulated. So, you know, for insurance, you know, a lot of people live on the defense instead of the offense. Mm-hmm. So the defense is okay. At least I know all of my bills done. I paid. As long as all my bills is paid, I don't care what anybody say to me. I don't care what anybody do to me. As long as all my bills is paid, you get. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like that's the way they cope with their life, bro. Like, you get put in this position, they in the back of the wall, and they're like, oh shoot, I need to get this amount of money every single month to pay all my bills. Okay, I'm gonna do that. Next thing you know, they done did it for like 55 days in a row, and it's a habit now. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Was it 27 days to create a habit?
Yeah, I think it's
and double the time to break it.
It is what it is. Like,
something like that. Yeah,
right. For sure. That's. I mean, for those people, you put yourself in this position. It's up to you to get yourself out of it, and that's literally you have nobody else who's going to help you out besides yourself. So if you are in that position, you know, hopefully this message, he just inspired you. I inspired you. Bro inspired you to, you know, look at your time a little bit more effectively. And
think about it.
Nobody's gonna value you like you value yourself.
Nobody.
Outside of maybe somebody in your family, but even your family's not necessarily gonna value you. So like
they make it worse. Shit, they want you to do it for free.
Yeah, they do.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, fuck. Like, you know, they expect you to do it for free. They actually do it worse because more random people will be willing to pay for you in your time. Like, and right now, like I'm about to go clean out a garage for my dad. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not expecting to get paid, but I knew good and damn well if it was anybody else, they'd probably offer me because they know how important my time is. And that's not to say he doesn't, but you know, it's those lines get blurred when it comes to family. So that makes it harder, you know? So let's just call it for what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're not going to get your full, nobody's ever going to give you your full worth until you put it on the table and demand it from them. And then that offer has to be accepted.
Demand it from yourself.
Yeah.
That too, for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But what you saying, you explain the risk. Like when you first jump out on whatever that passion or business project or whatever you're doing, you know, a lot of people may not like it. You may not like it. People may not like it. But there's some people out there that will like it. And eventually you will get to around those people. Surround yourself around the people and surround yourself around the words and the things you actually want to create will eventually, you know, attract to you because you will be, you know, putting that out there. You're walking the talk. You're talking the walk.
The criticism that I received when I first started selling cars was crazy. Like, people were like, selling cars, you got a degree, wasting your time, blah, 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 blah.
For sure.
I knew.
Made more money though, didn't you?
Fuck, way more.
Exactly.
And I knew that, well, first of all, I had a couple motivating factors. The number one thing was that I wanted to make sure that they knew that I could do whatever the fuck I wanted to do. I wanted to make sure that I didn't fail for those people, but also for myself, and prove to them that I'm gonna do this shit and I'm gonna do it very well. Like, and I'm gonna fucking make something out of it. And I also use little small things that I was like, well, with psychology and you're talking to people in sales and mental things. I used all of that. I tricked myself in a lot of ways to make sure that not only that I didn't fail, that I actually I went to school for nothing. Like, I went to school for actual, like, this actually all goes together. That turned into a finance job, which turned into another finance job, which turned into me now being a licensed agent, insurance agent. So
nice. That
all kind of propelled me into a position where I was like, yo, like, had I not taken that risk 5 years ago, would I be here right now? You know what I'm saying? Like, probably not. You know what I'm saying? I'd probably be still working that $15, $16 hour job before my bro said, quit and come do this, because this is what it is. And it was scary, and I was worried about what people would say, all of that. So, you know, we all have those moments, but you realize that every single one of those success stories has that moment. That is the path that I'm following. I'm listening to the story.
God, and if you love God, you know what I'm saying?
Put your hands in something.
But if you love God,
yeah. And it's like we got all these people that want that, you know, that God is the leader, and that's the person that they value. They value His word and things of that nature, but they don't use His word. You don't go off of what it is. You know what I'm saying? If hey man, God, people all the time say, God got me. God got my mom. All the time. God got me. God got me. I'm like, okay.
It's very frustrating to see that sometimes.
If you know that,
yeah,
then He's never gonna put you in a position where it's bad, right? He's not gonna put you in a position necessarily that is good in a sense.
It should automatically be the guiding factor for you to realize, okay, something's wrong here. But sometimes people just still get stuck waiting.
Exactly.
And I've you know, people I've known, but also been related. My mother was like that. She just kind of waited. She waited. No, it was no action. And one thing I've noticed, like, and I'm not really a believer, but like I've read the Bible a lot. You know what I mean? Like it was ingrained in me at an early age, and like some of the stuff, the scriptures are still very useful, whether you, regardless of what you believe. Like for example, faith without works is dead. A lot of people, you know what I'm saying? They don't think, they think about it as a scripture. They don't understand that, like, okay, yeah, you can be like optimistic, you can have faith that something's gonna happen, but if you sit on your ass and pray about it and you don't go anywhere or do any actions, like what you said, like seeking out what you're looking for, seeking out the people that relate to what you're looking for, seeking out the audience, like everything, it all goes hand in hand. It starts with you and your mentality, you know what I'm saying?
A dream without
that's why it's your fault.
A dream without a goal is your worst nightmare. I want to get into a little bit, we talked about it a little bit earlier in the seg, where you basically were, you know, and I don't know if you were playing or not, but I want to touch on that real fast, where you basically was like, Trump 2020.
yeah.
And I don't know if you're joking or not, and if you are or not, whatever, and that's cool. But you know, and I learned a lot of things from selling cars, and one of the two things said when you were trying to sell a car, two things you didn't talk about was religion and politics, and we're about to get into that right now, and we just talked about religion.
Hey, Florida's a red state, man. You know, I grew up.
Yeah, so with what you see going on today, right? With what you see going on in the current, I don't know how much you follow politics.
I'm gonna literally like just throw me the ball, bro.
Yeah, I got to score. I'm with you. So with today's current political climate, what do you see? What do you see that is beneficial coming out of the current political climate? What do you see that is going to hinder us and that's going to continue to hinder us? Have we seen the beginning of it? Do we know where this ends? This is me throwing you the ball as far and long as I possibly can, bro. Please grab it and run with it and score. Please score. And don't drop it right before the end zone. You know what I'm saying? And thinking you scored and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Please score the touchdown. So yeah. You know what I'm saying? So what do you see from the current political climate today? What do you have a political affiliation? Are you into that at all?
Okay, no, I'm not a Republican, liberal, leftist, conservative, whatever. But if somebody was to try and like put me in one of those categories, it would probably be conservative. 100%. And then Trump 2020. Yeah.
You sound like one of those fucking infomercials, you know what I mean? Bro, yeah, Trump 2020. Because I mean,
can you imagine America like this?
No. I was just thinking the slogan just be like, you know, the slogan is Trump 2020 because you gonna vote for that dude? You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I feel like the slogan is basically what they say. So yeah. So what do you have? You know,
I actually got that from a YouTube channel called the Conservative Twins.
I'm familiar with them.
Yeah, and they be like, yeah.
I'm familiar with them. I'm actually familiar with them. I think I've gotten to a tiff with some of their fans online.
Oh,
talking shit. Yeah, just I troll sometimes.
Sometimes.
Listen, I do my thing.
It's a pastime.
Yeah, but I mean, to be real honestly, I just really don't trust the dude Biden. He's a real weirdo to me. The Democratic Party is very manipulative to the black people.
Speak on it. Say it one more time, please. Could you say it one more time for the somebodies? Our somebodies are our viewers.
Somebodies. Yeah, our somebodies. I mean, the Democratic Party is very manipulative to the black people community, and they do certain things like speak to Cardi B, and then now you think Cardi B's right, and Cardi B's influence is going to influence you, and now she's with this guy, and she's going, you know. And he probably never known a song from Cardi B previously from that. He doesn't even know her. But what he does know is she has an audience. So that's just one way that it happened. And it's tons of ways, and I'm not the person to have the background knowledge on how to back up everything that I say, but I know Candace Owens does. You know who that is?
Very familiar. We've had
familiar.
a little thing about Candace Owens on this podcast once or twice.
Candace Owens she's really good in what she's doing. She's really putting light to everything that I would say that I usually say. She's actually has the knowledge for the back end on it. Okay.
Yeah, I've went down a rabbit hole of some of her videos, and I'm familiar with her now. All her takes I'm not necessarily completely sold on, but there is a lot.
Yeah.
There is a lot from her that I had, and it took me a while to give her my own emotions, and I sit back and I would listen to what she's saying, and I'm like, damn,
I mean, you start.
My objectivity has grown as you get older, right? So
you start with the sound bites though, and the sound bites they kind of manipulate you into thinking like. But if you heard what she said at the Black Summit, she did that Black Summit with Diddy and T.I. She did the Revolt Summit. She was on the panel.
Yeah,
and you saw that, right? With her
sure.
and I'm really big into like hearing like T.I. speak and then hearing her speak.
Exactly.
Hearing them together, you're like, man, she made valid, solid points. Like
she's lit, and literally actively live, she was making the points.
Yeah, and
the
I saw
people
the
people were literally doing exactly what she was saying. Was happening as it was.
Yeah,
happening.
so
It was cool.
she
had a good interview. She's good. She just had a Blexit, her Blexit conference maybe like 4 or 5 days ago.
Okay,
and she spoke there. It was really great. When her and Cardi B were going at it,
that little thing,
killed that whole thing.
Yeah,
actually, she killed so much.
And a lot of black people were actually with Candace Owens on that. Was like, man, she kind of killed it.
I canceled Cardi B after that.
Yeah,
no cap.
We don't believe in cancel culture here on the Some podcast. I'm just letting you know, like we hate cancel culture. We had a thing about canceling cancel culture. No, it's all good. No, I'm fine. Hey, no.
I was like, Cardi B, you gotta go.
Yeah, no.
I mean, it's not her lane.
She's not.
It's not her lane. I don't know why they continue. It's actually an insult to our intelligence that they continually
try to
feed
push her
like rappers and shit to us. Like that's who we listen to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's fucking
because
annoying.
Because overall, it is who we listen to.
Well, I mean, we should stop.
I listen to that country music.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I can't go that far.
EDM music. I'm going to be voting, for my boy Trump or Kanye West. If Kanye's on the thing, I'm going to be voting for Kanye.
What are the benefits that you see coming from Trump?
The stock market going up, the economy going up.
Okay.
Honestly, that's the only thing I care about because my business is ran off of helping other businesses, and if businesses don't have any money, then I don't have any money. From that business lane, right? I would have to go find go learn another skill to monetize or etc. But the skills that I have are going to be
money. Based around the economy, based around money and people spending money.
For sure. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I have a lot of money in stocks right now. So I don't, obviously the Democrats are going to try and put a lot of taxes on the stock profits. And it's just the way my life is set up right now. I need Trump 2020.
Yeah. You know what's so funny? It's like, as I got older, and I said this on previous podcasts before we mentioned it, we talked about it. It's like the older I got, the more shit that I've acquired. So, bought a home. I pay taxes on this land. I have my own business. I'm working for myself for the majority. I'm into stocks. I have, 401k. I have life insurance. I have all these other different things, And as I look at it, and as I look at my past, I look at my grandfather, who was a Republican, but I look at the majority of my family and people around me that, obviously are Democrat for whatever reason. I look at it and I say, man, I understand the reason to want to be Democrat, being black and want to be Democrat. But when you get into life and you start getting things for yourself and start creating, you're not just having the 9-to-5 mindset, you're not just working and living. You realize you have more black people are very more conservative values.
Black people actually are a little more conservative than we'd like to admit.
Number one, on top of the fact that when black people get money, and you start to call them like whatever you want to call them sellouts or whatever because you see them hanging with certain. No, it's because of the mindset that they're around, that they want to soak that knowledge up, and obviously the true righteous, because I still feel like I'm true and righteous at the end of the day, but I feel like the information that's being given in those circles, those conservative realms, needs to be passed on to us a whole lot more. And I think if we can get outside of the emotional thing you were talking about before, the emotional aspect of the racism or the sound bites, or what do they call the trigger
Emotional
It's manipulation. It's manipulation.
the triggers
Yeah,
that come surrounding the Republican Party. If you can get past, because listen, at the end of the day, cops were killing black people before Trump. Trump's not making anything happen more or less when it comes to racism.
They were getting killed under Obama.
He's not doing
they were killing people under Obama
when
too.
it comes to racism, in my opinion, I feel like it's still been there. Like, what are you saying? Trump's making racism harder. Get the fuck. No one person's making it harder. Like making racism.
He's
more
making
abundant.
certain people more comfortable and open. That's all.
let's just really just
shit, they
put things
already
in
were. Have you
perspective.
been in the South?
Nigga,
For
I
the
grew up
black
there.
versus
So you
black.
seen it?
Honestly, it's a whole different
Black
mentality.
people
down
like
there.
to kill each other. I mean, it's more than black people getting killed by black people than it is really.
And that comes from that, and I believe that comes from that mindset,
right.
but the mindset that's surrounding the Democratic Party, for us has made us subservient to them. It has kept us mundane, put us down to where we're not thinking for ourselves, growing for ourselves, and keeping us out of that crab in the barrel mentality. I think that
Exactly.
that
It's
mentality,
huge, dude.
that mentality comes from the Democratic Party more than it does, because there's like, look, we got some racism, we got some shit, but you're gonna be able to take care of yourself. You're gonna be able to take care of your family and future generations to come if you just listen to what we're trying to do. You got people that are racist in that party, but you got racists in Democratic Party too. You know what I'm saying? That want to be able to do for themselves. There are a lot more poor people than poor whites than there are poor blacks. The Democratic Party is focused on the poor and disenfranchised. Why are black people aligned with that? Why does that have to be our party? That's the mindset that I think we put ourselves in, because they say, hey, listen, you are a black person, you're disenfranchised all the way around, whatever, and you're majority of you guys don't know how to handle money, so you're broke. So this is the party for you. Well, first of all, everybody that's black isn't poor. Everybody that's black isn't necessarily disenfranchised in a sense, or they don't all have the same problems as other black people do. They don't all live in those communities. You know what I'm saying? So I can tell you right now, this whole community's black. A majority of them here probably are not Democrats, because a lot of these black people are older, retired, had union type jobs or whatever, but they all have their own businesses. I see different trucks pulling in and out of their houses every day, all day long. They don't have the same plight as a lot of people that fight for the Democratic Party, or that have those values that the Democrats have. So I say all that to say, the more you start to see life, and I see that the more that you've seen life, the more that you've grown, the more that you start to get yourself out there, you realize that, hey, I have a lot more conservative value than I realized.
And
which all black
most of
people
the stuff that we've been taught is false.
Yeah.
Simple. Your foundation is terrible.
I think that's what scares people, is that they're like some of the, especially now, how the like social mores are like changing. Like people are like, my foundation. Like I'm losing everything I ever knew.
Religion
could be wrong.
And political,
And that's mentally taxing.
Shook our
for some
world. Yeah,
people.
it is.
Everything.
It shook my world, but I embraced it.
Shook mine.
I
yeah.
embraced it. I embraced it because I wanted
too.
to know the truth.
Literally
So
everything
I
broke down
broke myself
at
from
once.
everything.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I started looking into I took myself out of the Bible and looked into the history of that time period in Jesus and what was going on around that time. And I'm like, that shit don't align. Somebody's wrong.
Facts.
Are these historians and these scientists wrong? Or is this book that has no real true backing, is it wrong? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So then I started looking at politics and I was like, oh, wait a minute. This is not just a whole bunch of racist white people on this side. This is actually a side that's like, hey, listen, we enjoy, hey, listen, you eat what you kill. You get out there and you get into the, you get out there.
You eat what you kill.
You get out and you get into the world and you get it.
Facts.
And if you want to go with a party that's gonna fucking give you link every month and just tell you, hey, listen, we'll give it to you. Don't worry. A man is never gonna fucking fish for himself if all you're doing is giving him these different benefits and shit like that. Everything about what we talked about today is going to be useful for our generations to come to get them out of the mess hole that we're in. But if you keep thinking that one or two of these parties is going to be the end all, is going to be the fucking savior for us to get out of the shit, you're sadly mistaken. I say do for self, get yourself in order, put yourself in a better position. In time, it will spread. What do they say about a bad apple that it spoils the whole bunch? That's a literal thing. But if you put a good seed in the middle of whatever you're trying to do, that soil will become richer, become more used to growing good plants, and then before you know it, you'll have a harvest of a whole bunch of people knowing and having that right information and spreading their seeds around. And that's how I think that we should go about doing it.
But you got to do the work. You can't just wait.
You have to do the work.
You got to do the work.
I want to make sure, because I know we're running out of time. I want to see if we have the opportunity to get ourselves into a little this or that, because I think that it would be extremely good for us to go back and forth and have that. We've had such a great dialogue, and the somebodies, we do appreciate you again.
Appreciate y'all,
of course, watching out. You know what I'm saying?
The somebodies out there.
But before we get into that, can you give them a if I just met you right now, I need 30 seconds of what it is that you do and how do I get in contact with you?
Hey, my name is Ty, and I am a big believer that abundance of creativity is the only thing that we need to be successful. You need a creative mind to create whatever you want. That's the first place it starts. And where you can reach me at to start your abundance of creativity is Wealthy Vibes Ty on Google. Tyler McGregory on Google. And you can text me. Personal number right here. For the somebodies out there. 708-668-8772. I love you, and I'll talk to you soon.
Absolutely.
Definitely,
we'll make sure, of course, under you'll see all of your handles as well. That will be there, so that way they know how to follow you on all of the social medias as well.
Yeah.
Without further ado, let us jump into another quick game of this or that. Our somebodies are extremely familiar. This will be Ty's first time, where we basically try to make Howie as uncomfortable as possible. But now, since you're here, we're gonna try to make you uncomfortable as possible with these questions and try to jam you up a little bit and see. I'm about to read. Yeah, you can pick one.
Because usually I'm in the hot seat.
Yeah, so I'll pick. I'll pick two, and then I'll let you, because I'm literally at the top of our text thread, so you can scroll down. You can see it's so many.
Oh shit!
So we pick any ones. I think we'll go. We'll
got a list here.
We'll do a few. We can do a couple. All right. So this is how it goes, basically, right? This or that. I'm gonna ask you a series of questions. You pick which one you would rather do.
I have to pick.
You have to pick one of the other.
And they may be quite uncomfortable.
I will pick. I promise I'll pick.
All right, let's go. All right, because that's always fun. You know, people are like, I can't pick. Like, no, you gotta pick, man. You gotta pick. All right. And these are some somebody's gonna be like, I heard that question before, but we have a new person, so it's like, we're gonna give you some fresh ones, but you may have not heard them, so we'll go into that. All right, this or that. Ty, would you rather get dunked on by Stevie Wonder, or would you rather get your ankles broke by a Girl Scout? This or that.
Get dunked on by Stevie Wonder?
See?
No, he's not. He's asking the question. He's not giving an answer.
That's what I'm picking.
You're picking that? You're rather
yes.
get that?
And you know what? And we had a huge argument about this.
And I'm still gonna fight this to the death.
They said they'd rather get their ankles broken by a girl.
Because a young girl, a basketball player, she could be a basketball player that might know how to, you know what I'm saying? Just because you're a Girl Scout.
It's Stevie Wonder, bro.
But he's... you're going for the star. I got dunked on by Stevie Wonder.
He's gonna.
All right, okay.
It's a selling point.
And for some reason, I never thought of that. Like, I didn't even.
It's a selling point, and then you can just be like, he did miss too. He missed.
No bullshit, because he get dunked. That means he fucking hit it. So that means like
he might have went the other way though. You never know.
Oh man, you got dunked on.
See, okay, all right, yeah.
That's funny.
That is funny.
All right.
Because y'all did not agree with me on that one. I was like, hey, Steve, you know.
Would you? I didn't. I really didn't. Ty, would you rather be itchy all the time or sticky all the time?
Sticky.
Sticky all
Yeah.
the time? I think I said the same thing too. I think
I'd rather be sticky.
Because
Because itching is not okay.
Yeah,
I'm going to be
that's bad.
bleeding and stuff.
Yeah, because you're scratching
If
yourself all up.
I'm sticky, you sticky. You can have sex and be sticky.
Yeah.
You can't have sex and be itchy. That's just weird.
Yeah. That's mad wild.
All right, I got a good one here. Okay, so would you rather have a Freaky Friday exchange with your spouse and have to have sex with them as your spouse?
Oh my gosh.
Or would you Freaky Friday with someone in your friends group and live their life?
My spouse.
Right?
Yes.
It's just like looking in the mirror and being your dick.
No.
But you're getting penetrated.
You're getting pounded. It is not the same.
You know what I did? Roll them.
It's not the same.
Oh, Jason, shit. Howie.
And then like, you're calling yourself out, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're like, oh yeah, look at me, yeah, look at me. Oh my God, I'm doing it so wrong right now. I'm going so hard right now. Like,
Are you gonna look back at it?
Yeah.
Are you gonna look back at it?
No. See, that's right there.
Look back at it.
That's the biggest problem
Look
right
back
there.
at it.
Yeah, that's the biggest issue.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go. So, would you rather get your salad tossed or receive a golden shower?
What's my salad tossed?
Somebody eating that ass.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Okay, that one.
See, I just want to let somebody know. As you can see, I'm not crazy. All right. There are other people that agree with me.
Yeah.
I'm not getting pissed on, bro.
You feel better now, Howie?
Yeah, I do feel better. This has been an enlightening conversation on many levels. Mainly that
Bring in the
nothing
Kelly.
wrong with a little bit of salad
Bring in
toss.
the
See,
Kelly.
I can't do it. Yeah, I just can't do it. I mean,
Yeah.
makes me uncomfortable.
That is hilarious. All right, would you rather get a leg cramp every time you have sex, or only able to do one sex position ever? That's pretty rough.
I'll take the leg cramp because I can still like get in on the side.
That just fucks up everything. Like,
One position, like, bro. I mean,
It's definitely the leg cramp because I'm thinking I won't be
So-
having sex with my girl every night. So, the
but
leg
every
cramp.
time you do though, it's like
If I only
because that always throws me off. So I know for a fact, like, if I know it's coming, like, I just gotta hurry up and just like, damn it, try to beat it, knowing that I can't beat it, like trying to like hurry up and get it over with.
well, I mean, if you're having sex for like 2 hours or 1 hour, whatever you're doing, you only have, let's say you have sex for 1 hour, you only get one leg cramp for an hour, right?
I mean, yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
So, yeah.
But if you have sex,
They didn't say how long it was gonna be. These
like 30 seconds, it may not be
It
worth
could be
it.
brief, yeah.
right. Let's think about how brief our interactions are with our spouses more than they are long. Let's just be honest. You feel me? Like, you're probably gonna be a 30-minute, 2-minute champion more before you're an hour
A
champion.
little less on the a little more on the
Yeah, right. I got about an hour a month, maybe if that. And I gotta have some substance, and you gotta have some. And
Let's
some
just say if we were gonna monetize a YouTube channel, we wouldn't be monetizing it. Okay, so anytime soon.
Oh my god. Would you rather get diarrhea when you listen to loud music,
Very
or
funny.
get into frequent fistfights over parking spots with local senior citizens?
Ooh, I would love to. I don't listen to loud music. I always have my music really calm.
I just do is fucking nuts. Yeah, go ahead. No, it's tickling you so much, Larry.
So
Stay focused.
But a fist fight, I don't do fist fights.
Yeah.
I don't do fist fights. But if I'm doing fist fights with older
Old people, like you just
I
randomly
probably
just
would.
getting out the car, like, yeah, see, like, can you just imagine? Like,
What
with
if-
and fighting
what if
over
somebody
parking
just-
spots. Is it the parking spot? Like,
it's the one. Like, it's like the one that they always have. Like, Walmart's got these special ones now too, where you can like park sideways. Like,
Well, I don't want to diarrhea myself when I'm in a party where I'm only listening to loud music.
Because then you
that's
just imagine that you walk into the party and it's like,
I'm more so smacking the old person out of my way. From the parking spot.
That makes sense.
I have to go with that.
I actually agree.
Yeah.
Because I'm just imagining like, you know, not listening to loud music and then just somebody drives by like doom doom. You're like,
Yeah.
fuck.
Not again.
You gotta wear earphones every time you go outside and shit. Like you gotta fucking like be in like have those soundproof phones that they give kids at concerts. Just so that way you don't fucking shit on yourself.
Oh God! And
fucking
and
insane.
imagine just being a child too. Like, once the kids find out, you're gonna be shitting left and right.
Yeah.
The motherfuckers
dude, I would
gonna hold you down, taking your
time.
earplugs out and shit. You gonna be fucked up.
Yeah.
Okay, this was a good one. Okay, would you rather bad oral sex for life or an amazing encounter of oral sex twice, but from your grandmother?
What?
I knew these last one's gonna fuck you up. I'm not gonna lie, we take it easy on you.
He's so
I
upset.
think the first one. I don't even remember what the first one was.
Bad oral sex
Whatever
for
that
life.
one is, that's the one I'm picking because the last one ain't.
Bad oral sex for life.
Yeah, I'll go with that one because most of the time it's bad anyway.
Yeah, it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? They just think they know it all. They just think they know what the fuck they're doing.
Please learn how to suck dick better, ladies.
Yeah, they're just trying to give you an opportunity to.
I'm glad y'all agree with me.
Help us out. Just like nibbling on it like it's fucking jerky or something. I don't like that shit. Okay. Only be able to watch the storyline in pornos without sex, or only be able to watch sex tapes, but from your closest friends.
Sex tapes from my closest friends.
Yeah, it'll be an honor, sir. It'll be an honor. Pass me that bullshit. Pass me that Howie get it on 5. You know what I'm saying? You know, pass me that Chris Backdoor's slutty busty next door neighbor 9. You feel me? Like,
And the Jew in the kitchen, Jew in the kitchen exclusive.
Jew in the kitchen cooking up some WAP 7.
Hey, those are some nice eggs you got going there. Are those pancakes? Pop, pop, pop.
Because the storyline just that shit's just getting worse and worse by the moment.
Yeah, it can't be any worse than any of you niggas trying to get some pussy.
Can't be. Give wealthy vibes up completely to a branding company and have no control, or have it for yourself forever, but you be the only person that can work it. Nobody else. You could never hire another person. All you forever and ever.
Oh, me forever. Why? Because there's what company is that? Maybe it's DocuSign. DocuSign has 2 employees.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah,
I do use DocuSign for shit.
Especially if it's technology related, you can definitely like.
Really?
Like,
they only have 2 employees?
DistroKid.
I
I
believe
distribute
so.
my music, bro. It's an online service.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
If
I
you
didn't
know,
know that.
especially if you know how to use technology, you can definitely minimize employees, bro. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Because you're using technology as the leverage.
I didn't know that. Was unaware.
I mean, think about what you guys are doing now. You're using technology as the videos.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If you yeah. I'm
Makes
just
sense.
leave it at
No, I got you. I feel like it makes sense. It makes perfect sense. Yeah, no, I'm with all that. Do we have one more? Do you have one more that you want to share? One more.
Do you have one?
One
I
more.
want to hear one of your questions.
One more of this or
Most
that.
of these are his questions. That's what you've been hearing.
Yeah, all the ones where it's like, yeah, get your have your grandma suck it from the back, or
Or something I came up with.
or have to sit on ride a bike with no seat for 3 hours a day. That's the type of shit he be.
Or the fucking cactus one.
Well, the only way you could do cardio is if you sit on the seatless bike.
Yo, seatless bikes. That is just funny.
That's the only way you can get in shape.
This is another one I'm working on. All right. Would you rather be fed like a baby bird for a meal? You know what that means? Like,
Chew it and throw up. Yeah.
so somebody gonna feed you like that, right? Or would you rather eat a full Thanksgiving meal that's made from the local garbage can.
Oh my
God
gosh.
damn. Oh, that's disgusting, Christopher.
Well,
I'd rather eat the garbage can food.
I'm gonna be honest.
Made from garbage can?
Yeah.
Made from the garbage can food.
Yeah, definitely. 100%. Because here's the thing, like
It depends on who's throwing up in my mouth.
Listen, garbage is what you make it, right? Let me get philosophical for a second. Garbage is what you make it.
No,
right?
it's not. It's garbage.
If I put a whole bunch of food in a garbage can, I mean, is it the dirty shit from the garbage can from previous before?
You're thinking hypothetically though.
I'm painting the picture to where it works in my favor. That's why.
It could be diapers.
But I'd rather want somebody chew it up and spit it in my mouth.
Yeah, but at least it's still food.
I definitely would pick the first one.
Oh no.
I would have to.
Yeah, I would pick the first
I would
one.
be a lot skinnier.
Because I would eventually get used to it, and then yeah, I would definitely do the first one for sure.
Any worse than pledging? Shit.
Oh, fuck that, and fuck that. I don't want to do any of that shit. Yo, we definitely appreciate you guys for coming in and tuning in with us on the Something podcast. Again, I am your host that does the absolute fucking most, Mr. A-Lo Boot, along with Howie Stacks, and my guests, and our guests this week, Mr. Tyler McGregory, Wealthy Vibes Ty. We definitely appreciate you coming out, rocking with us this week, man.
Y'all, man.
Is there anything that you would want to leave off, a message that you want to make sure that is driven home from the day?
Absolutely. Here's the message. You don't have to be perfect to start, but you have to start to be perfect. Number one, let's get it.
Man,
Let's get it.
Get money. Make sure that you know what it is that you're doing. Again, we are still in a crisis. A lot of people are still losing their lives due to coronavirus. We want to make sure that people are aware of your surroundings, aware of people. Stay socially distanced, wear your mask, wash your hands, and also
Wash your motherfucking ass.
wash your ass. Let's get to it.
Yeah.
Tune in next week. We're going to holler at you. Peace be with you.
Courses and coaching, clients to wealthy vibes. You're so important, certain he'll go to lengths to help you find what's working a potion. He'll help you develop content more smooth than surface and oceans. He'll help you get on like your shoes when it is the morning. For the people that want to make content online, indeed you have stumbled on knowledge that's prime. Breaking your shell and gain confidence, find the skills to excel and take thoughts in your mind. Building that door, let's stay positive. I'm sure that it'll help, and on God I ain't lying. Find what's trending in your industry, advertise your product so it's getting seen. Utilize the outlets that are given free.